Hey everybody, it's Mr. Greg here.
And the Mister, I'm behind the camera as usual.
And it is the third Wednesday of the month, which means, of course, it is time for submissions for Smorgie Live. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We know it's a busy night, the night before Thanksgiving. So thank you all so much for being here, taking some time out of a busy night to join us. We're super excited to be here. Our family is actually here. They're out in the living room and in the theater watching hockey. But here we are. So looking forward to a great night of conversation. So start asking those questions. It's a free range. Whatever you want to talk about, ask away. We will answer anything you have to ask us. So go for it. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid to ask any questions. As always, we have some fun giveaways tonight. So to enter the giveaways, you'll head over to the website, thekindergartensmorgasbord.com. And there's a blog post right at the top called Submissions for Smorgie Live. You will click on click on that post, and in that post will be the link to enter the giveaway. All you have to do is enter your email address, and that enters you for all of the prizes and giveaways tonight. So you only have to enter once, and you're entered for all of the drawings. And remember, you do have to be present in the chat to win. So hang out with us all night. You never know when we're going to do giveaways. If we call your name as a winner, then you have to respond in the chat and say, hey, I'm here, I'm the winner. So make sure you're here. Make sure you are logged in to a YouTube account. You can just use Gmail account, a Google account, and you can that logs you into YouTube, and that will allow you to participate in the chat. So again, head over to thekindergartensmorgasbord.com. Click on that first post. That'll get you into the post. There's a link right there to enter for the giveaway, and you can win some amazing prizes tonight. As always, we are sponsored by our friends at ESGI, so we're giving away 2 one-year licenses to ESGI. We are giving away a TKS bootcamp curriculum, so somebody will win the entire TKS bootcamp curriculum, which means you can use it for the rest of the school year, and then you will have it going forward. We will be giving away our Holidays Around the World creation, which was just updated with informational PowerPoints for all 14 countries. And we'll be giving away a gift card to the tksstore.com. So lots of good prizes and giveaways tonight. So make sure, again, to head over to thekindergartensmorgasbord.com to get entered. And we will be giving away those prizes throughout the night.
So just to reiterate, we have some questions coming through the chat about them not seeing how to enter for the giveaway. So we want to go through this one more time on how to do that. You're just going to go to thekindergartensmorgasbord.com. When you get there, the very first blog post is titled Submissions for Smorgie Live, November 2018. You're going to click on that blog post. When you go inside the blog post, you can't miss it. It says click below to enter the giveaways. You're going to click there in your email address, and bam, you're entered for all of tonight's giveaways. You only have to enter one time. Once you enter your email address that one time, you're automatically going to be entered for all 5 of tonight's giveaways. So again, go to thekindergartensmorgasbord.com, click on Submissions for Smorgie Live November. Once you get in there, there's the link. You cannot miss it. You need to go ahead and do that right now. Don't wait. Go ahead and do that while we're starting to compile some questions. We have 20 people that have entered so far, and there are 71 of you watching. So the other 51 of you need to head over there and enter right now. And we have questions starting to come in. So do we want to go ahead and get started?
Yeah. And anything else we need to talk about?
No, I don't think so.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Question numero uno. And this actually, this chat began before we even got into the chat tonight. People were talking about this here in the chat room, and that is sight word 60. I believe it was Carmen wanting to know more about sight word 60, how it works, and a little bit about the sight word grid.
Yeah, so sight word 60 is something that I created to teach my kids sight words in a research-based, explicit, systematic way, because I was very much lacking in our sight word instruction, and I knew my kids could do more with sight words if I were doing a better job of teaching the sight words. And so that's where sight word 60 came from. It's based around the idea that we need about 21 exposures to learn a new habit or to learn new material, put it into our long-term memory, and be able to recall that information. And so over the course of the week, in just a few minutes a day, you're going to get over 60 exposures to the sight words. The beauty of Sight Word 60, it's fast. We're talking 3 to 5 minutes a day. It's effective, it's engaging, and it works for all sight word lists. So whether you use the Dolch list, the Fry list, a combination, a district list, whatever list you're using, excuse me, Sight Word 60 will work. So the way it works briefly is Monday, you're going to introduce the words. We see the word, spell the word, and I use the word in a sentence. Tuesday and Wednesday, you review the words. The kids use the words in a sentence. Thursday, the sight word grid. And what those are done in small groups. And they're just a small 4x4 grid. So a total of 16 words. The word, 4 sight words. The words are on there 4 times each. We read all of the words, and then I would say, okay, find the word look. We find the word look, we read the word, spell the word, and then I say, color look yellow. So the kids find all 4 of the looks, and they color those yellow. And so when we're done, the grid is colored, and so they can take that home to practice. And so then Friday of Sight Word 60 is a game or an activity to practice the words that we've learned that week. So that's Sight Word 60, like briefly how it works. You can head to the website. We've got some blog posts about Sight Word 60, or you can come to Elevate and hang out with us at Elevate and learn all about Sight Word 60 and more at one of our Elevate conferences.
Which we have 4 coming up in 2018. By the way, we have San Diego coming up on March 16th, and then Nashville, Austin, and Chicago. And those dates are going to be announced very soon. But you can register for San Diego right now at elevateyourclassroom.com. Also, Greg mentioned you can read more about Sight Word 60 on the website. To do that, you're just going to go to the kindergartensmorgasbord.com and type Sight Word 60 in the search. Once you do that, you're going to pull up all the Sight Word 60 blog posts, and there's going to be 5 different ones there you're going to want to read through. The first one is what to do on day 1, and then what to do on day 2, what to do on day 3, 4, and 5. So that's how to find out more about Sight Word 60.
Can I just say something else about sight words? Because I see this a lot in Facebook groups that I'm part of, and I'll see somebody will say, how do you teach sight words? And then everybody will share links to songs and videos and center activities, which are amazing. We use sight word songs. We use lots of sight word centers in our classroom, but that is not how we teach sight words. Those songs and videos and centers are for practicing the sight words. We actually have to teach them so we can then practice them with those fun activities. So just keep that in mind. And that's what Sight Word 60 does. Sight Word 60 teaches the words, and then we can use, Harry Kindergarten's sight word song on YouTube to practice. We can use our sight word bundle games that we have on our TKS store to practice the sight words. So we teach them explicitly, then we practice them with songs and videos and center activities.
Kara wants to know if you think Sight Word 60 would work in 4th grade as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I without doing it and without looking at some research, I would venture to say that same type of routine would work really well for vocabulary as well. So that's something I've been rolling around in my brain for a while. But yeah, Sight Word 60 would definitely work with pre-K through 4th, 5th grade.
All right, next question. This one's from Alyssa. What ELA program do you use in your classroom?
So for the district, we have Journeys, but we're not required to use Journeys. It's considered a resource. We do have a scope and sequence that our district puts out, and we follow that. And each week we have an anchor text that we have to read. And so we do that. But we also use our TKS Bootcamp curriculum for phonics and math. For reading comprehension, we use our Read It Up creations that we've been, which are the newest creations that we've been working on. And so that's how we do ELA. The Read It Up creations are fairly new. Really have started utilizing those a lot this year in the classroom. And those really focus on comprehension with the kids. And comprehension as in, the way it works is it's a whole group. So we do the read aloud, we do a whole group comprehension activity, and then the kids go off and do independent comprehension stuff. So a story map, writing about, a response to the book, their favorite character, describing the characters. And so it gives them that whole group some scaffolding, and then we release them to do some independent stuff with reading comprehension, which is an area that I've really wanted to focus on in my classroom this year, which is another reason for those Read It Up creations. And since using those since the beginning of the year, I've seen a huge improvement in my kids' reading comprehension. I'm seeing it in their reading, their writing, and I'm also seeing it in guided reading and our running records as well.
Laura wants to know how many times you read aloud the story for the Read It Up creations.
It depends on what we're doing with the story, what we're doing. So let's say we're doing gingerbread man stories. I would just read one story a day. But for something like Brave Irene, which we'll be doing in December, I would read the whole story on day 1, maybe again on day 3 or 4, but the rest of the days I might just read snippets of the story to focus on a certain skill that we're working on as part of Read It Up.
Sorry. This question is from Sarah. This Sarah says, she said she saw you at Indiana State University this week and she loved your presentations.
Well, thank you.
How do you store and organize all your different literacy center materials?
So I actually store all of the literacy and math centers by skill. And I know a lot of teachers do it by month and by theme. I do it by skill. The reason I do it by skill is because I may not need February themed activities, but I need addition activities. And so instead of digging through a box of Valentine's Day stuff to find addition, I can just walk into my closet, pull out the addition box, and pull out some addition activities. So that's why I store and sort everything by skill. It just makes it a lot easier to find what I need. And it makes it a lot easier to change out all of my centers. So, and Jason can attest to this. He was in the room yesterday when I was changing out centers. I literally will go through the literacy tubs that we have, pull out all of the beginning sound centers, put a pile on the floor, pull out the beginning sounds tub, take out new beginning sounds activities, throw those in the tub, take that pile off the floor, put it in the beginning sounds tub, and put it away. It's that quick and easy because everything is sorted by skill. I can pull out the skills, pull out that tub, switch them out, and be done in just a matter of a few minutes.
So keeping along those same lines with centers, Carol wants to know how you introduce new centers. How do kids know how to play the new games?
That's the beauty of the TKS centers. And so that is something that we are very, very much aware of, is that struggle to introduce new centers and not lose instructional time. And so I'm in the classroom. I'm a real life full-time classroom teacher, so I know those struggles. And so when I'm creating centers, and if you use any of our centers, once you've introduced those centers, especially at the beginning of the year, you've introduced, over, 9 weeks when the pumpkins come in October, the kids have seen all the different types of games and activities that we use in our centers. And so there's no need to introduce them going forward. And so I don't really have to introduce the new centers and games, especially after October. And so that saves a whole lot of time. The kids, I can change out the centers as often as I want because I don't have to worry about losing instructional time to teach the new center activities because they already know what to do, so they can grab them and get right to work. And so when I'm creating centers that we have with the Kindergarten Smorgasbord, I'm very, very deliberate that the process stays the same. The only thing changing will be the skill and the clip art. The process of how the centers and games work never changes, and it's to give the students that independence and make our jobs a whole lot easier.
So staying along those same lines with centers, Carol has a follow-up question. She says, if you store by skill, how do you know what color they are?
So it really just becoming my kids and knowing the activities. And so any center will work for any color group. It really just depends on what skill we're working on, how they're going to work on that skill, and the level of challenge that they need. So I can literally pull out any activity out of that tub, and I can look at it and say, oh, this would be perfect for the purple group because this is what I want them to practice. So all of the center's activities, no matter what they are, will work for any of the color groups. It really just depends on on what you want that group to do about where you would put those activities. I hope that was clear. That kind of sounded like it was muddy.
So Marianne said that she was at Elevate in Orlando, and you showed us how to store your center materials. How many categories do you have? And do you happen to have a list of them so I can make labels?
I do have a I'm 99.9% sure there's a blog post. And if you go to the kindergartensmorgasbord.com, type in center storage, I'm confident that there is a blog post, and I think that blog post has a list.
I'll get us too.
I'm not sure that list is updated because I've broken up some of the categories a little bit. So I can give you some. I can probably run through most of them. Letters, beginning sounds, sight words, CVC words, CVCE and vowels, word families, blends, missing sounds, write and count the room. That's all for literacy. And then for math, it would be numbers and counting, 10 frame cards, counting 10 frames, graphing, numbers to 100, tally marks, place value, missing numbers, addition, subtraction. I think that might be most of them. I might have missed a couple, but that gives you pretty much a good idea of what the categories are.
And it is on the blog. I just pulled it up.
Okay.
Go to kindergartensmorgasbord.com and type center storage in the search. It will pull up, and they're all listed there. There's a bunch of them.
And I just made a note to go and check that and update that list.
Yeah.
Just a reminder to head over to the kindergartensmorgasbord.com and click on the first post. It says submissions for Smorgie Live to get entered for tonight's giveaway. We're giving away 2 years of ESGI. We're giving away an entire TKS bootcamp curriculum. We're giving away our Holidays Around the World creation and a gift card to the tksstore.com.
And guys, there's only 47 of you that have entered, and there's 104 of you watching. So that means well over half of you aren't even going to be eligible for this prize that I'm getting ready to give away in the next couple of minutes. So if you want to be eligible for this prize that I'm getting ready to give away in just a couple minutes, you need to do that right now. kindergartensmorgasbord.com, click on the first blog post, enter your email address. We're going to get through these couple questions on centers, and then we're going to do that giveaway. So that gives you just a couple of minutes to get that done. From one, how many centers do you use at one time?
So this is where I think we sometimes get a little confused about centers. So in our classroom, we have 5 literacy centers and 4 math centers. So the 5 centers or the 4 centers are the big center. So we would have our tubs. So the tubs is a big center. Write the Room is a big center. It's kind of that umbrella. Then within the big umbrella center, we have a whole lot of activities. So we have 5 centers, but within each of those big 5 centers, we have lots and lots of choices and activities. So if the kids go to the tubs would be their center, but within that, they have 9 different tubs they could choose from. So we have 5 centers with lots and lots of choices and activities in each of those 5 centers. So 5 literacy centers, 4 math centers. So hope that helps. If you want more, the tubs, there would be 36 literacy tubs. Write the Room, there are usually 3 to 4 Write the Rooms going at a time. Technology has tons of choices with QR codes. The light box and the sensory bin, the sensory bin has 1 choice, the light box has several choices. So each of those big centers have lots of activities. That was clear.
So to find out more about the centers, if you want to know how Greg runs his centers, just go to the blog and type "How I Run My Centers" in the search. To read more about how he organizes and stores his centers, go to the blog and type in the search "How I Store My Centers," or you can just type "center storage" or "center management," and that will pull up. So I hope that helps. We got a couple people asking how to find those. So hopefully that will help.
Or come to Elevate.
Yes.
We talk a lot about centers at our Elevate conferences.
Tara says, are your colored groups by ability?
They are. And the reason behind that is because I really want to target and differentiate for my kids. And so that's the way that we target and differentiate to meet the needs of the students. And so those groups really, the activities for those groups are really targeted to meet the needs and to challenge and support the kids in those groups.
So Laura just said, I started the wheel about a week ago. I'm loving it. I am not a wheel. So you know that Laura reads the blog and watches you because she's heard you say, I am not a wheel. The kids want to know, what do I do next? Look at the wheel. I'm not
me.
The wheel.
Next year for Halloween, I'm going to dress up as a center wheel.
Diantha wants to know, did you make some of your creations with August, September, and October themes, even though you don't teach that skill? Are they initially created so that other grades can purchase them?
Yeah, and that's the whole idea behind when I'm creating something, I'm clearly creating it for my class, but I'm also thinking other teachers as well, because I want other classrooms to benefit from that as well. And so, and the thing is that I don't always, if I create something this year, I will use it again next year, but I don't know what my kids will need in August of next year. So I might come back and say, oh my gosh, I have somebody in my class who can use this skill next year. And so they're definitely created for my class, but they're created in a bigger picture as well, so that other classrooms and other teachers and other students can benefit from them as well.
Belle Martin says, how do you keep the students accountable during centers?
So the two biggest ways are, number one, procedures and expectations. They know what's expected, they know what to do, they know how to do it. The other thing is engagement. All of our centers are designed to be fun and hands-on. And so, and because the kids have all those choices, they get a lot of voice in what they're doing. That helps as well. All of our centers come with recording sheets. So the kids also have that accountability piece. So they're recording all of what they're doing and what they're learning. That helps as well. I'm at the guided reading table where I can see everybody and everything that's going on. So I'm able to monitor them as well.
How often do you change out your tubs?
So, two ways. The first way is what I'll do is every couple of weeks, I'll shift things around. So I'll shift something from the pink group to the purple group, from the purple group to the blue group, from the blue group to the green group. And then I'll just have to go in the closet, pull out a couple of things for the pink group. So what that does is now everybody's going to see some new things. And it took me, 10 minutes because I really just kind of shifted things around. And then after, usually once a month after a holiday or a unit or a theme or something, I'll change out all 72 tubs, 36 math, 36 literacy. And that'll take me around an hour or so. Again, because everything's sorted by skill, I can just grab what I need out of those skill boxes.
Val wants to know, what activity and skill do you have in your QR codes?
So basically, pretty much everything. I'm suddenly getting a lot of drainage for some reason. I have no idea why. Sorry.
Look at that heater blowing dust on you.
He's
burning me up with a little space heater in here. I'm dying.
Would you like me to turn the heater off?
Now, I think it's probably blowing dust on him, which is causing his allergies to kick up.
There, I turned it off. Now you publicly shamed me. I turned it off.
Yay, I won. Almost an hour later, I finally have convinced him to turn off. Thanks, guys. I'm glad we were online.
Now I'm going to freeze.
Whatever.
What was the question?
I don't remember. Oh, what activities do you have for QR
codes? So we have several QR code creations. We have I'm a Letter Detective, which is solely letters and sounds. We have Wolf, which kind of focuses on beginning of the year skills. So letters, sounds, numbers, 10 frames, counting on, CVC words. And then we have Strike, which is a bowling themed QR code creation, which focuses on kind of second half of the year skills, such as vowels, CVCE, adding, subtracting numbers to 100. We also have sight word superheroes, which is QR codes for sight words. And so really with those, we cover all the skills, all the standards for the year.
All right. I think we've got most of the center questions answered. If I miss one, we will come back to it because I've got all of your questions in a spreadsheet. So at the end, we always come back and do a lightning round. If for some reason we still miss it, if you want to know more about centers, you can find out all that information on the blog. Just type how I run my centers in the search and you can read more about how he does it. But now I want to do a giveaway. Yay! I want to give away holidays around the world, which we just recently updated. Greg, you want to tell them about the update?
Yeah, so our Holidays Around the World is designed to take your kids on an adventure around the world to visit 14 different countries. And so you're going to read, we include a book list in the product. You're going to read a book that ties into the way that country celebrates the holidays. And then we've just added an informational PowerPoint for every country that gives you like the facts, including pictures. So it's very visual for the kids. So you do the read aloud as kind of like that ties in. So Germany, for example, they have a lot of history with Christmas trees. So we read a Christmas tree book for Germany. Then we show the informational PowerPoint, which gives us the facts behind how Germany celebrates Christmas. We use those to complete our graphic organizer. The kids can take that information from their graphic organizer, put it in their Holidays Around the World research journal, and then, so that's kind of how we do it. So we just added the 14 informational PowerPoints, which I think the kids are going to love. They're very visual, so they can actually see what we're learning about, so they have that visual support as well. It includes editable airline tickets. So each of your kids gets an airline ticket every day for the country they're visiting. So it has their name, it has their seat assignment, where they're leaving from, where they're going. We actually use Google Earth, and so we actually fly from our school to the country that we're visiting, and at the end of the day, we fly home. At the very end of the day, we hang, in our classroom, we actually hang up the flags of every country that we visit, and we try to bring in some piece of the celebration, and these are all included in the Holidays Around the World. There's lots of ideas for food and other things you can do. So Mexico, we do a piñata. I think what else? We leave our shoes out for St. Nicholas to put candy in. It's really an all-inclusive, really immersive, engaging research project. It might be my most favorite research project of the year, just because the kids get so excited and engaged, and it really opens us up to all of these new cultures and new ways to celebrate. We learn languages, we learn geography. It's just a really, really fun, immersive way to celebrate Christmas. So check it out. It's Holidays Around the World, 14 countries, includes editable pieces, now includes the 14 informational PowerPoints. So it's a blast. We always love it. A couple of blog posts about it on the website, so you can check those out as well.
So we've had some people asking how they enter for tonight's giveaways, and I assume these are people who have come in within the last little bit. We've gone over it a few times, but we'll go over it again for those newcomers. To enter tonight's giveaways, you're going to go to thekindergartensmorgasbord.com. Once you get there, you're going to click on the very first blog post, which is titled Submissions for Smorgie, November 2018. Once you go inside that blog post, it's right there. There's you can't miss it. It says, click below to enter tonight's giveaways. Once you click that, you're going to enter your email address, and bam, you're entered for all of tonight's giveaways. If you've not done it yet, you're not going to be eligible for this giveaway we're doing right this moment, but you'll be eligible for the others that are coming up here in a few minutes. So go ahead and do that right now. We have 113 of you watching, so there's like 60-something people that have registered for the giveaway so far. So there's like 50 of you that haven't entered yet. So we need you to head over there and do that right now. kindergartensmorgasbord.com, first blog post, click on it, go in, enter your email address, and bam, you're entered. But the winner of the Holidays Around the World is Katrina Carlton. Katrina Carlton. If you are here, you have won holidays around the world. All you need to do is type here in all caps, or just type here in the chat so that we can see that you're here. And then I will email you the link to download your prize.
What was her name?
Katrina Carlton.
All right, Katrina, if you're here, let us know in the chat. Say something.
There she is, Nate and Katrina.
Yay! Congratulations, Katrina.
So Katrina, just be on the lookout for an email from kindersmorgie@gmail.com. It will contain the link to download Holidays Around the World. Congratulations. I'm so positive you're going to love it. It's one of our best sellers this time of year. And it's our #1 seller right now, both at the tksstore.com and on Teachers Pay Teachers. Especially with this new update, we're getting lots of really good feedback. So if you guys want to go check that out, there's also a video on the blog where you can see a preview of it. And you can also click on the preview there to see everything that you're going to get. All right, so back to questions.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, I'm going back up to the top. And this is actually from Katrina.
Awesome.
The one that just won. She wants to know, and I've already answered this in the chat, but I want you to verbally answer it as well, because she asked a question.
Uh-oh.
And the question is, does the doorbell system really work?
Absolutely. It absolutely works.
And that's what I said in the chat as well. Absolutely.
Here's something to know about us at the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. We will never endorse a product that I have not used in my classroom and that I do not believe in. We get companies all the time that say, "Hey, would you share this? Would you do this?" If it's not something that I'm willing to use in my classroom, if it's not something I've tested and I agree with it, it works, I will not say, "Hey, y'all, you got to do this." So if you're seeing us endorse a doorbell, it works. You will also notice we only endorse one type of doorbell because that's the doorbell that I use and that's the doorbell that I know that works. And so to answer your question, yes, yes, yes. It is mind-blowing how well that doorbell works. As with everything, it comes down to training and setting the procedure and expectation. But once I've done that at the beginning of the year, that doorbell, and I know there are people here in the chat who will back me up, the doorbell works. So it absolutely works. And here's my icing on the cake. Last year, I had a frat house, 16 boys, 5 girls, 21 kids. It was loud all the time. I could hit that doorbell and silence immediately. And that's not easy to do when you teach in a frat house. So if it can control the frat house, it can work in any classroom.
So if you want to know the type of doorbell, it's from Sadotech. And if you go to the kindergartensmorgasbord.com and type doorbell in the search, you can actually see how he introduces it. There's a video of him actually introducing it to the class, talking about how he does it. Actually, a video of him using the doorbell so you can actually see it in action. And there's a link for you to purchase the exact doorbell that Greg uses in his classroom. So you can definitely head over to the blog and see all that info, get the link directly to the doorbell. You can go directly to their website at sadotech.com or use the link in the blog post and purchase it from Amazon. Marianne said, my principal was in my room doing an evaluation of me. I hit the doorbell and her mouth dropped open when all the kids stopped what they were doing and looked at me. And that's the way it works. It takes training, it takes time, but that's what we hear from people all the time. They're like, it works. I'm telling you, it works. The only thing we ever hear negative, and I think it's from those that haven't really given it enough time yet, is they'll say, well, I'm doing it and they're not listening. They continue to talk or whatever. But then when we talk to them more, we find out it's only been like a week or something. Or
it's not a magic bullet. It's not like I plug the doorbell in and ring it and the kids know exactly what to do. You have to really invest in that procedure and setting those expectations.
All right, next question. This one's from Becky, a new teacher trying to transform kindergarten in the school. We are looking for a redesign. That's a hard question.
God, there's so many. Like, I just want to tell you all the things.
What would be number one? It's hard to think what would be the...
I'm not, so without knowing anything about your situation and about admin and their support, of course, I'm going to say all things kindergarten smorgasbord. But my best advice to you, and this is kind of how I approached kindergarten when I was forced to move to kindergarten. I just kind of went into it with no fear of doing things and things not working, or doing things and things going amazingly well. So I had an amazing mentor, my friend Julie, who we still teach together today. She really supported me and guided me. But I went into that first year and I said, okay, I'm going to do it. We're going to take this standard and I'm going to do this, this, and this with it. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, we'll figure it out. So my advice for your redesign is to go into it, be willing to go very far out of your box, very far out of your comfort zone, and don't be afraid to be creative and be bold and be silly and make it what you want it to be. And I think you'll be amazed with the results. So that's my advice, is really just go for it. And if you have these big, bold ideas, go for those big, bold ideas. And I think you'll really be amazed at what happens.
So that leads into a great question from Raina, and I hope I'm not butchering her name. I hope it's Raina. Maybe it's Rena, but I think it's Raina. She wants to know, how did you know, and if you've been to an Elevate conference, you have heard this story, so you're going to get a little story here that you don't normally hear from Greg, unless you're at one of our conferences. So feel special what you're going to hear. From Raina, how did you know kinder was the grade for you? You seem so passionate.
I actually did not know that kinder was for me, nor did I ever want kindergarten to be for me, nor did I ever have any desire to figure out if kindergarten was for me. I taught 5th grade for a year. I loved teaching 5th grade. I moved to 2nd grade. I willingly moved to 2nd grade. I wanted to be at a younger grade. I was in 2nd grade for 2 years. After 2 years in 2nd grade, our principal held a faculty meeting, handed out new job assignments. And I literally said to the people in line behind me, if it's kindergarten or 4th grade, I will quit and go to McDonald's. And so I opened up my little envelope, and sure enough, I was being moved to kindergarten. And so I did what all grown-up men do at the age of 31. I called my mommy and cried. And of course, I said to my mom, I said, hey, guess who the new kindergarten teacher is? And she said, who? And I said, me. And this is what I heard from my mother. Dead silence. And I was like, oh my God, this is awful. I'm like, if mom can't be excited and supportive about this, I know this is going to be really bad. But that very first day of kindergarten, 10 years ago, I fell in love, and I knew that was my passion and my calling. And so luckily for me, I had a principal who forced me to discover that. Because of her, she pushed me out of that box and out of my comfort zone. That's how I figured it out. And we were just talking to Jason's family, and I said, it's the best job in the world. And I can't imagine doing anything else. Just their energy and their innocence and their pure love of learning and getting to see those light bulbs come on a daily basis, you can't beat that.
A follow-up question from Raina is, what's the most students that you've had? She said that from watching your videos, I think she's a fairly new follower, from your videos and pictures, looks like the ratio is pretty low, so she's curious how many students you've had.
The most I've had has been 24. But usually we average around 18 to 20. But the most is 24.
From Tara, how do you handle volunteers in the classroom?
Hey, I'm always open to volunteers. How about that? Of course, the mister comes in and does a lot in the classroom. So we don't have any volunteers in the classroom. But what I would do with them would be to use them one of two ways. A reading partner, so the kids could take turns reading to them, or I would use them to work one-on-one with kids during centers. So say I had a volunteer coming in on Monday, I might say, hey, I want you to work with so-and-so on the center that they're working on. So that's how I would utilize them. But hey, I'm all for it. If anybody wants to come volunteer, come on.
Ricky said that I just moved the tables out of my classroom.
Yay!
Do you have any tips for handling the classroom management part in the middle of the year?
I think what you'll find is that the kids adapt to it pretty easily. It's really harder on the adults. It's more of a mind shift for us than it is for the kids. As with anything, expectations, procedures. One of the things that we work on a lot is that when it's time for you to go work independently at centers or whatever, and you're going to pick a spot, is that once you pick a spot, that's your spot until you finish what you're working on. Then you're free to move. And I think that's always one of the issues, is that kids will sit down and get up and move. So making that expectation is once you choose a spot, that's your spot until you're finished. Then you're free to move to another spot. And then, talking about good choices about, if you're going to sit near somebody, is that a good choice? Those kinds of things. Walking in the classroom, because once you remove the furniture, it becomes basically a raceway for the kids. And so, always, reminding them about walking, and then strategically placing objects in the middle of the floor so they can't run always helps, little barricades. But those are really the three biggest issues. Sit down, you stay there, walking, and then making good choices about where you work and who you work near.
All right, guys, you've got 3 minutes left to enter the giveaway. We're getting ready to give away 2 one-year subscriptions to ESGI. Those are each a $200 value. We're also going to give away a $25 gift certificate to the TKS store, and we're going to give away a TKS bootcamp curriculum. So you're going to get the entire bundle that includes all the literacy and math boot camps. But in order to be eligible to win any of those 4 prizes, and who knows, we may throw in some extras, we usually do that at some point, you've got to get entered. You now have less than 3 minutes. You have 2 minutes. It ends at 7:45 or 45 minutes past the hour. So you have 2 minutes left to enter. Head to the kindergartensmorgasbord.com. Click on the very first blog post titled Submissions for Smorgie Live November. Once you do that, you can't miss it. You're going to get in there and bam, you click the link, enter your email address, and you're done. It only takes 30 seconds maximum to do that. So you need to do it right this moment. There's 120 of you watching, and you have not all entered for the giveaways. And I would hate for you to miss out on a possibility to win ESGI for your classroom for a year, or the TKS Bootcamp curriculum, or a gift certificate for our store. And tell them what's coming up in the store that they could use for gift certificate.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? I was very confused for a second. So we all know what happens after Thanksgiving. We all know everybody rolls out of bed at 4 a.m. on Friday to go Black Friday shopping. Then we have all weekend to recover. And then Monday, it's Cyber Monday. And guess what that means? It's a sale. That's right. We're having a 25% off sale in our TKS store Monday and Tuesday for Cyber Monday and Cyber Tuesday. So everything in the store will be 25% off. Monday and Tuesday, we'll be putting out more details in the newsletter and on social media later on. But go ahead and load those carts up, get those carts full. And Monday, Tuesday, everything will be 25% off at our Cyber Monday and Cyber Tuesday sale. So we'll have more details about that coming up. You can get all the Read It Ups for 25% off. You can get Holidays Around the World for 25% off. You can get the bootcamp curriculum for 25% off. You can get all the centers you want for 25% off, all the research projects, all the bundles. So go ahead and load those carts up at the tksstore.com, and we will we'll announce some details. And Monday and Tuesday, 25% off.
And Carol wants to know if that's on TPT too. That's up to TPT. Usually they do one, but we haven't heard from TPT on that yet. So we don't know, but we can tell you about ours at the tksstore.com. They usually coincide, but I can't, no promises. So you'd have to ask TPT, but if our TPT store will of course be a part of the entire TPT sale. What was I going to say? Oh, also, for those of you that are watching, right before we do the giveaway, which we are getting ready to start doing in just a moment, if you've bought anything from us within the last year, you have a chance to become a Smorgie VIP. Greg, you might tell them what that means to become a Smorgie VIP while I start getting these giveaways together?
Yeah, so if you've bought a product from us within the last year or so, at the very end of every product, there are several pages. There's an additional resources page, copyright. There's also a slide that says Smorgie VIP. Within that, there's a link. When you click on that, you can register to become a Smorgie VIP. What that means is that you're going to get exclusive offers, exclusive content, exclusive freebies. And so it really makes you a VIP, a Smorgie VIP, because you're going to get access to things that no one else has access to. We do special VIP sales, content, freebies, giveaways for the VIPers. You never know. We've been known to send out an entire product to our VIP members. So you just really never know what the VIPers are going to get. But it's really that exclusive club for the Smorgie VIPers. So you definitely want to get signed up. Again, if you've bought a product within the last year or so, if you bought a creation, the link is at the very end of those, in those informational pages at the end of the products. You just click the link, put your email address in, put your information in, and you'll be a Smorgie VIP.
All right, so the giveaway has officially ended. No one can enter for the giveaways now. That ended at 45 minutes past the hour. But I think there are some of you that missed it because people are asking how you enter. Y'all, we've been warning you throughout this entire time that you have to go and enter. We warned you at the 5-minute mark, the 4-minute mark, and the 3-minute mark. So if you didn't enter, I'm very sorry.
That's okay.
Everything we could.
Teachers aren't the best at following directions.
So if you didn't enter, I'm very sorry. Come back to next month and try again. But let's give away our first prize, or actually, I guess it's our second prize tonight. The first one in this round of prizes, and that's going to be a 1-year subscription to ESGI.
So if you're not familiar with ESGI, it's a computer-based one-on-one assessment software that I use in my classroom. I've used it for years. It's my #1 classroom must-have. It's a yes/no assessment system. So the kids sit with you. They look at the screen on your computer, your laptop, your iPad. If they get the question right, it's yes. If they don't, it's no. When you're done, it generates immediate data. You get all of these amazing reports, all of this amazing data that you can use to target instruction, to differentiate instruction. It really makes data collection and assessment so much easier. Really allows you to focus your instruction and your centers. It's a must-have. You can check it out at esgisoftware.com. You use the code SMORGIE, SMORGIE. That'll get you a 60-day free trial. And that code SMORGIE will also save you $40 off of the subscription price. So like I said, it's a must-have. Use the code SMORGIE. Check it out for 60 days, and you'll be hooked. All of my assessments are available. So all of the bootcamp curriculum assessments are there. All of the science assessments for the NGSS are there, plus hundreds of other assessments, and you can create your own assessments. So check it out at esgisoftware.com. Use the code SMORGIE and get your 60-day free trial and save $40 off of your subscription price.
All right, here we go. So here's the one caveat to the winner. I want to let you know right up front. If you already have it, if you already have ESGI, if you've already subscribed, you cannot win. This is only for new subscriptions. So Brenda Milliken, if you do not already have ESGI, you just won a free subscription for 1 year. So Brenda, if you're here, please type here in the chat and let us know that you're here so that we can get you your prize.
Brenda's here.
Congratulations, Brenda. We will be in touch. Actually, ESGI will be in touch. I will get your information to ESGI, and they will be in touch with you on how to claim your prize. Congratulations, Brenda. So why don't we do another one, shall we?
Yeah, let's do another one.
All right. So another 1-year subscription to ESGI. Same applies here. If you already have it, you can't get a free year. So you can gift it to someone if you want, or you can tell us, hey, I already have it. Please go ahead and draw another name. But the winner is Rebecca Zogelman. Rebecca Zogelman, I know you were here earlier. If you're still here, please type here in the chat to let us know that you're here. You have won a 1-year subscription to ESGI.
Woohoo!
And Rebecca, since I know you are here most months, you might already have it. If you do, and you want us to draw another name, we will, and we will give you a different prize. But just let us know. But of course, if you want it, it's all yours, and you can gift it to someone else. So Rebecca Zogelman, are you still here? You were here. Rebecca? Rebecca, are you here? Rebecca going once.
She had to go take the turkey out of the oven.
Rebecca Zogelman going twice.
Here.
Oh, there she is. Congratulations, Becky.
Yay, congratulations. By the way, that's my sister's name. Her name is Rebecca, but we call her Becky as well.
All right, so same applies with you, Becky. ESGI will be in touch. Oh, no worries, Becky. No worries at all. ESGI will be in touch on how to claim your 1-year subscription. Let's keep the giveaways going.
Let's do it. Let's give away some more.
A $25 gift card to the tksstore.com.
Which you can use during our upcoming Cyber Monday and Cyber Tuesday sale, which will be happening Monday and Tuesday. And so everything in our store will be 25% off, including all bundles. And so you can get all the research project bundles, the TKS Bootcamp bundle, the Seek-Out Graph bundle, the Sight Word bundle, all the bundles for 25% off, along with everything else in the TKS store.
Awesome. And the winner of a $25 gift card to the tksstore.com is Dusty Lane. And I know Dusty was here because Dusty asked some questions earlier. So Dusty, if you're still here, please type here in the chat so that we can get you your prize. Let's go ahead and give away another $25 card.
Dusty's here.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and do another $25 gift card to the TKS store, shall we?
Let's do it.
Lindsay Bio. I know I'm butchering that name. Lindsay Baio. B-A-I-A-O.
Spell it.
B-A-I-A-O.
Maybe you should type that one out.
Lindsay Baio.
Oh, she's here.
Yay! Congratulations, Lindsay. So Lindsay will be in touch with you as well to get you your $25 gift card to the tksstore.com. And since that was so much fun, heck, let's go ahead and do another one, shall we? Another $25.
$25 to the TKS store.
Okay, this is not someone's name, I don't think. I think they were just putting words together. In Weeks Cash. In Weeks Cash. In, letter N, the word week, W-E-K-S, cash. In Weeks Cash. So like, in Weeks Cash instead of in Weeks Pay, in Weeks Cash. In Weeks Cash, if you're here, let us know so that we can get you your $25 gift certificate to the TKS store.
He's about to break out in song. It's coming.
If only you could see my hand gestures that I'm doing behind the camera. So that's why I sit behind the camera. So, in Weeks Cash, are you here? If so, you've won $25 to the tksstore.com.
I'm looking at the chat and somebody said, congrats, in Week Cash. It's just funny to see that.
I mean, seriously, it's spelled. Let's see. In Weeks Cash. That's how it's spelled. In Weeks Cash. I'm assuming In Weeks Cash is no longer here because In Weeks is not answered. So let's go ahead and draw.
In Weeks is not answered. In Weeks.
Okay, so how about Jenny Moore? Jenny Moore, are you here? If so, you have won $25 to the TKS store. Need you to type here in the chat. I know Jenny was here earlier. Jenny Moore, are you here? Now, there's still 122 of y'all watching. So
somebody has to win. He's at the bank.
That's funny. Oh, I hate that. You left too.
Everybody has to take the turkey out of the freezer.
Jenny Moore. Jenny Moore. I need Jenny Moore to answer the call. Jenny Moore, All right, y'all. Here, I guess I was getting too generous by giving away too many prizes tonight. All right, we're gonna draw again.
Maybe she has more food to cook. You guys are on a roll tonight.
How about Karen Ciciora? Karen Ciciora. Are you here? If so, please type here in the chat.
Say the name again.
Karen Ciciora.
No Karen so far. Oh no, wrong Karen. You guys should be playing the Price is Right theme song. That might help.
I mean, for serious, y'all, where did you guys go? Why did everybody leave?
Say my name. Say my name.
I'm telling you, these names are rough tonight. All right, I'm drawing again. I'm going to keep on going.
Oh, wait, Karen's here.
Oh, Karen's here?
Yep, Karen is here. She just said here.
Woo! Y'all, wearing me out tonight. Karen. All right, and Weeks Cash is disqualified. Jenny Moore is disqualified. And I had already drawn another name. Karen, you're going to go ahead and get the $25, but since I had already drawn another name, how about Vicky Spurgeon? Vicky Spurgeon, if you're here, type here in the chat. Vicky Spurgeon?
Carol says, everyone is shopping the TKS store. There's some good stuff at that store, I hear.
All right, we're waiting on Vicky to answer to let us know if she's here or not. We're going to give away the TKS Bootcamp curriculum. How about that? Who's ready to win the TKS Bootcamp curriculum? While I'm drawing that name, do you want to tell them what that is for those that may not know what's included in the TKS Bootcamp curriculum?
Yeah, so the TKS Bootcamp curriculum is a research-based, classroom-proven curriculum that I created. And so it's 9 components. There are 5 literacy components, 4 math components. And it's a very consistent process, a very consistent structure throughout the entire year to work on phonics and math. ABC Bootcamp, word families, blends, vowels, and vowel teams for literacy, numbers, shapes, addition, subtraction for math. And so you're getting a year-long curriculum. And so you can head over to the brand new website, tksbootcamp.com.
I love that you had to look at the name.
Well, because I can't. I typed it in the other day, and I typed in it didn't work. So I had to make sure, like, it's new. I don't know. Sometimes I forget my name. Give me a break. tksbootcamp.com, and you can get. It's a brand new website. We just finished it. You can check out all of the curriculums. You can see previews of what's included. You can see videos of each of the components in action. And so again, it's tksbootcamp.com. You can check it out. The TKS Bootcamp curriculum. Get a year-long math and literacy curriculum. Again, it's all research-based and classroom-proven. And so the winner of the TKS Bootcamp curriculum is
Jessica Herndon. Jessica Herndon, if you're here, please type here in the chat.
Somebody says Xavier is here. Hey, Xavier.
Jessica Herndon. Nope. Here's Jessica Herndon, but she already has it. So Jessica, we'll send you something else. How about we'll send you holidays around the world as well? And we're going to draw another name for TKS Bootcamp. Paula Whelan.
Paula, are you here?
Paula Wieland, are you here? If so, you have won the TKS Bootcamp Bundle.
She has it too.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we're going to give Jessica and Paula both holidays around the world instead of the TKS Bootcamp curriculum.
This lady says, I think you pronounced that Tara Smock.
Well, all right. Well, that was an interesting giveaway, wasn't it? We've never had them go like that with so many people not here, and then so many people already having it. All right, so for everyone that won tonight, we will be in touch with you on how to claim your prize. Brenda and Becky Zogelman, ESGI will be in touch with you directly. For Dusty Lane, Lindsay Baeo, Karen Ciciora, and Vicky Spurgeon, I will be in touch with you directly on how to claim your $25 gift card to the TKS store. And to Katrina Carlton, Jessica Herndon, and Paula Wieland, I will be sending you an email with a link to download Holidays Around the World.
You know, it is Thanksgiving, so I think we should be thankful and we should try one more time to give away the bootcamp curriculum.
All right.
One more time. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Somebody's going to win it this time.
Amy Roberts. Amy Roberts, are you here? If so, you have won TKS Bootcamp Bundle, which is over $100 value, by the way.
What was the name? Amy Roberts.
Amy Roberts. Amy Roberts, are you
here?
Woo-hoo!
Wait, hold on. Do you have it? Do you want it?
I would assume that if she already had it, she would have said.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
So yeah, we're going to assume she's fine.
Yes, I want it, she says. Woohoo!
Awesome.
There we go.
All right, Amy. So I will be sending you an email with the link to download it. And I will get all of this done tonight. So you guys be on the lookout for the emails tonight from me. But for those of you that want ESGI, give them at least 2 business days, not including tomorrow. So
and probably Friday. I wouldn't.
So yeah, maybe not even Friday. So maybe give them through Tuesday of next week to be in touch with you on how to claim your prizes. Woo! Yay, we did it. And we still have the lightning round to go.
All right, here we go.
Lord, y'all. 8:03. All right, so for those,
it's a holiday. We're good.
So for those of you that did not get your question answered earlier, we're going to do it right now in the lightning round. If you're new to submissions for Smorgie Live, we'll explain to you how the lightning round works. I feel like I'm a game show host. I'll explain to you how the lightning round works. This is how it goes. I will ask the question, Mr. Greg. Mr. Greg will have exactly 30 seconds to give the answer to the question, and then we'll move on to the next question. Again, if you have already asked the question, you do not need to ask again, as I already have it in my spreadsheet. Mr. Greg, are you ready?
I'm ready. Y'all, there is nothing in my drink but a Coke, I promise. Just Coca-Cola with Sonic Ice from a Sonic Ice maker.
This question is from Raina. Hi, I have a question about your end-of-the-day routines. How do you have an opportunity to double-check all the bags, place important items in the bags, and other things with the party at the end of the day?
I don't. I don't do folders. Everything that needs to go home with the kids goes in the cubby. It's their responsibility to get it in their backpack and get it home.
From Val, what kinds of activities do you leave in your sub-plans if you need to be out?
It varies. If I'm having a sub that I know, I can leave a little bit more of our normal routine. But usually it's a read aloud, a comprehension activity, a math lesson, a little math activity, and they still do centers because they can still do their tubs.
From Alexandra, I know your students stay at one center and there are just different activities in the bucket. How many activities do you put in one tub to make sure they don't finish early?
They only have, every tub has one activity. The reason they can't finish early is because if they finish that tub, they can do that tub again or pick another tub. And so there's 9 different activities that they have to do, so they never finish early.
I picked up my phone because earlier I was being silly, acting like I was a game show.
He's literally sitting over there like this. I have a microphone. If you would like a real microphone, we can hook you up.
Oh my gosh. From Suzette, I would love to hear the advice you gave Jessica Herndon regarding her ELL student that will not talk. Jessica commented earlier saying that she did what you suggested and it worked. You remember that advice that you gave Jessica?
So the advice what you do for an EL student who won't talk is you leave them alone. You can't, because it's completely natural that they go through a silent phase, and that might be a week, it might be months. And so don't pressure them, don't force them, just give them the space and the opportunity. And so you can ask them a question, you include them in everything, but if they don't talk, that's okay. And eventually they will open up and they will start to talk when they're ready.
From Sarah, please consider making a bundle with skills and ideas for the light table. I made yours and I'm running out of ideas. So that wasn't really a question, it was just...
Go to the blog and type in Lightbox Light Table. There are tons of posts about different ways that we use the Lightbox and the Light Table.
From Kathy, when you are busy with guided reading groups, how do you know the kids are doing the center games correctly and understanding it and not just playing around?
Again, they have recording sheets, and so that holds them accountable. From a guided reading table, I can see them, so I can keep an eye on them. And again, it's really about expectations and procedures. They know that that's what's expected. They're fun and engaging, so of course they want to do them, and they know if they're not doing them, then there will be a consequence.
From Katrina, do you use sight words after they're proficient with,
We start sight words, yeah, you got it, phonemes, but you're close. Okay. We start sight words the second week of school, so while we're in doing letters and sounds in the middle of ABC boot camp, we start sight words as well, so we start them at the same time.
From Yolanda, are there any creations made specifically for mini erasers?
Yes, our 10-frame cards are made. They're not made specifically for the mini erasers, but they work. They are a perfect way to use the mini erasers.
From Armida, how do you stop the kids from interrupting you during guided reading or guided math?
So we have a stoplight, and basically all it is a lamp with a red light bulb. When the red light is on, they know not to bother me unless they are hurt, in danger, or dead. They can come bother me. The light works well because they're used to the whole red light, green light, red means stop. So it's a very powerful visual for them.
From Karen, how do you keep your students quiet and respectful of each other?
Honestly, number one, morning meeting is a big part of that. But it really comes down to how we treat the kids in our class and how we treat other adults. Because what they see us doing is what they'll model. And so it's really that morning meeting that builds that sense of community and then modeling that behavior with kids and adults.
From Pixie Girl, what consequences do you have for children that do not meet those behavior expectations?
The main thing we utilize is take a break. And then, I just have conversations with the kids about their behaviors and their choices. And if needed, we make a phone call home.
From Johanna, have you done a room transformation?
I have. I've done a couple. We did, our big one that we do is dinosaurs. We did Jurassic Park, which we'll do again this year. We've done we played the Giant Candyland game this year, which was a lot of fun, which I'll do again. And last year we did a mini ocean transformation where I hung inflatable animals from the ceiling. And the thing is you can get that same impact in very small ways. And I know this is the lightning round, but
I was gonna say I need a buzzer that goes.
But like when we do weather, we kick it off with cloudy with a chance of meatballs. I bought an inflatable donut, a slice of pizza, and a taco. Hang those from the ceiling. You get that same effect of a transformation with a couple of inflatables.
From Carol, do you have any TPT items organized by standard? Or how can I figure out what standards your items cover without recreating the wheel?
Most of them have the standards included. And most of the descriptions will include this, will list out the skills that are included. So they don't have the standards, they'll have the skills. And so you can easily see, you could easily know that's counting, 10 frames would be counting in cardinality KCC 1. So the skills are always included, so you can attach those to the standards.
From Morgan, I'm very interested in adding a trampoline to my classroom. I'm on the fence with it. What are the biggest benefits you've seen, and how did you get admin to go with it?
I didn't get admin to go with it. I didn't ask permission. I didn't send home letters. I didn't get liability releases. I bought a trampoline, put it in the classroom. The benefits are that it's a great incentive. The kids love it. It's a lot of fun, and so the benefits are, they can move. It's a great reward, great benefit, great behavior incentive. So it works all around. So get off the fence and get a trampoline.
From Becky, you have a resource file for parent letters for events you use in your room throughout the year. Example, Dress for Success or Family Visit Day.
There is a blog post with documents, but they're really more for beginning of the year. There is a blog post specifically about Bring Your Family to School Day, but for other things, like Dress to Impress is a school-wide initiative, so there's not a letter for that. But that's something we'll keep in mind. If we do stuff like that, we'll keep in mind to share those letters.
From Carol, back to centers. How do you make sure kids are working in their correct color tubs? Mine will see a friend playing an interesting game and want to go play that.
Again, it goes back to training and expectations and knowing that there's a consequence if they don't.
From Tara, we use Wilson Foundations, which is a good program, but teaches the letters super slow. Would you suggest using Letter Bootcamp along with this, or would that just confuse the kids?
No, I said go for it. And that's the beauty of the TKS Bootcamp curriculum, is that it's 100% flexible and adaptable and will work with any curriculum, any scope and sequence, and so it will absolutely work.
From Val, what are your consequences if they're not working correctly as centers?
So in literacy centers, the consequence is they get a clipboard, a piece of paper, and a pencil. They set up the word wall and write sight words. In math, they get a piece of paper, pencil, and clipboard, and they write numbers.
From Carol, how many sight words do you do in a year?
100.
From Jenny, and this is our last question. Your kids are so quiet. I have one that screams loudly every once in a while. How would you handle that?
Again, just constant reminders, modeling, practice, getting them to practice. And the other thing is, and I know this is hard, is when they scream out like that, ignore, because taking away some of that attention will also help with that. But y'all, they're not always quiet. They're not perfect. They're not perfect. They are real life 5- and 6-year-olds in a real life kindergarten classroom, and we have all of the real life amazing days and bad days and everything in between, just like everyone else. And so I get that question a lot. Like, we get that a lot. Oh, your kids are perfect. How do you do it? They're not perfect. They are real life 5-year-olds doing and saying things they shouldn't do. And so it's just a real life classroom, just like everybody else.
And actually, I said that was the last question, but here's another one that just came in that's actually a really good one, I think. And we're going to end with this one from Stephanie. So this will be our last question of the evening. I have a student who won't respond to a morning greeting from another student. How do I handle that?
Let it go. Because there could be a whole lot of underlying reasons that we don't know. Now I have a bunch of questions. Are they EL? Is it one particular student all the time? So encourage them to greet, but don't force it, because that's only going to make a bigger issue. So let it go, and eventually they'll come around, I think.
All right. Well, that was fun. It was a very fun.
It was.
Live.
People are convinced that there's something in our drink because we were extra silly tonight.
I don't know. Maybe it's because we're on vacation. I don't know.
That's probably it, because I had the day off and I'm not tired, and I don't have to work tomorrow.
But we want to remind you guys of a few things before we let you go.
Yes.
Please remember that Cyber Monday is coming up this coming Monday in the TKS store. People have asked if it's going to be TPT as well. I don't know. You'll have to ask them, but we do know that it will be at the tksstore.com. So go ahead and load up your carts right now. For those of you that won the $25 gift card tonight, you can use that on Monday and get even more bang for your buck. But again, the entire store will be 25% off, and that includes bundles. So if you've got your eye on the TKS Bootcamp bundle, Monday's the time to get it, because it's already 25% off. You're going to get an additional 25%.
The research project bundle.
The research project bundle,
gives you an entire year of science and social studies and ELA curriculum. You can get both of those bundles for 25% off.
Yes. Someone asked a question earlier, and I think it was more of a question for me, honestly. She asked, and I didn't put it down because it was a product-related question, but it was about a video of new winter products that we
I saw that.
winter or holiday products. And so that would probably be a really good idea.
We can do that.
Yeah, I'm going to make a note of that. But they'll all be on sale on Monday, 25% off. And again, if TPT does their Cyber Monday sale, we will, of course, be in on it. And so if you're a TPT shopper, you can shop at our store on TPT and get that additional 25% off. As far as conferences,
Hi, Xavier.
We have Elevate San Diego coming up on March 16th. You can get more information and buy your tickets at elevateyourclassroom.com. And then we have 3 more Elevate conferences coming up in Nashville, Boston, and Chicago. We have the dates set for those. We just don't have the Eventbrite set up to start selling tickets, but that will be within just a matter of a few days. So we'll be announcing those super soon. Once
I'm going to set him a deadline of Monday to get these done, so they'll be ready to go.
y'all, Boston has already happened, so there won't be a Boston again anytime soon. We were just there in this past summer, so we won't be back in the Northeast at least until 2020. That would be the earliest it will be, because 2019 is completely planned out. So no more Boston, no more Northeast right now. But that said, you never know when Greg might be invited to a conference near you, because he does present for other associations and conferences. So if he gets an invite and it falls right on the calendar and we can make it happen, he might be coming back. So just keep an eye on our social media and our newsletter. What else?
We don't have a link to sign up yet, but coming up next Wednesday, November 28th, we're doing another webinar with our friends at Alive Studios. So we'll be showing off Letters Alive, Math Alive, Journals Alive, the brand new Rugs Alive with augmented reality. That'll be Wednesday, November 28th. We'll be putting out the link to sign up in the next day or so stay tuned for that. But make plans to join us November 28th for our webinar with Alive Studios.
And here's the thing about that webinar. We're going to be giving away over $1,000 in prizes. So someone's going to win Letters Alive for your classroom, and someone's going to win a classroom set of 20 journals Alive for their classroom. So you're going to want to make sure to join us. If you've not already watched the webinar on Letters Alive and everything that Alive Studios has to offer, be sure to sign up for next week's so that you can have the chance to win it. Alexandra wants to know what it is.
I'm not going to give anything away. It's augmented reality, which is basically 3D without the glasses. So Alexandra, make sure you sign up and join us on the webinar next Wednesday, and your mind will be blown.
Yeah, trust me, you don't want to miss it. It's super cool. And you can read more about it if you go to our website. We have a link there where you can read more. You can see how these rugs come alive, and that's going to be something new that Greg is going to show in this webinar. It's going to be different from last month's. So these rugs,
they might be my favorite.
Maybe you've already seen the rug in the middle of Greg's classroom. The big, beautiful rug that looks like it's 3D. This thing comes to life.
Seriously, y'all, it's amazing.
So you're going to want to join the webinar so that you can see that.
Xavier and his brothers are on.
I see that. Hi, Xavier and Amari.
Hi, Amari.
He wants you to call in.
I saw that.
All right. Well, let's get off here.
All right.
So I can get everyone their prizes.
So again, thank you guys so much for joining us. Make plans now to join us the third Wednesday of December, which is December 19th, which will be the 4-year anniversary?
Yeah.
The 4-year anniversary of Submissions for Smorgie Live. So make plans, mark your calendars for December 19th. As always, thank you guys so much for all that you do in your classrooms and for your students. And thank you for being a part of our lives and for spending tonight with us. We hope you all have an amazing Thanksgiving and enjoy the next few weeks leading up to the holidays. And so thank you. And we will see you all next month on December 19th for Submissions for Smorgie Live. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Bye.